folks, well, I've had a request to do a bit more filming of my meals, so as we are doing we're using the mushrooms again from that mushroom kit what was on the previous video. I thought I might as well oblige. So folks, we're going to be doing a steak and chips tea today, and I've just realised I've laid out all the steaks. I've got the onions, I've got the mushrooms, and I haven't done the homemade chips yet, so I must get those sorted in a second. But anyway, I've been down the allotment. I've done a bit more of the transferring the manure from the heap what was dumped for me, so that's all clear now. It's all gone onto my allotments, and I'm still working on the heavy stuff, as I like to call it. You know, I haven't finished the beds yet, but this is all going to get sorted very quickly. And I've also thinking about some other plans which I think I might have hinted at in previous conversations with Becky. So I'm still haven't made up my mind with that, but we'll see how it goes. And obviously now we're into March, folks, so it is going to be a lot of sowing starting soon. As I say, I'm trying to get everything, all the heavy stuff first done, and then it's what I call, well, it's not easy work. Well, it is in a sense, the sowing. Obviously it's not when it moves on to the plant pot stage, and then you've got your tubs and everything like that, because if you've got an allotment like mine, where you're only allowed to take water from water butts on the plot, water, it does come in from the mains, but we are not allowed to use hose pipes. So it means everything has to be brought down, which is approximately 200 feet into my plot. And yeah, you can imagine there's going to be a lot of water in this year, so these tubby cheeks and the treble chin will hopefully be disappearing by summer. Right, so that's the intro done. I'm now going to get on with my homemade chips. In fact, I might even film that, but we're going to put it on stop for the moment. I'll be back shortly. Okay folks, we prefer homemade chips, and we've got a deep fat fryer, so the first thing to do is to actually peel the potatoes. And we have tried all the different varieties of oven chips and microwave chips and all that, and we've never really got on with them. They just don't taste the same. So we use vegetable oil in our deep fat fryer, and I peel the potatoes. These are Marfona, and obviously they were a good crop last year because these were all enormous. So because this is tea time, and we eat midday our main meal. This is kind of this is like a special snack for us, so it's not our main meal. So there's not going to be as many chips on our plate as normal. Now, once upon a time, folks, I was taught to put the potatoes in water and then peel them, but you get cold hands. So what I tend to do is scrape away, and then I'll actually rinse them under the tap. And also, doing it this way, it's just a little hint. You're going to have your peelings left like that, and you can just scoop them out. Whereas if you're using water, you've got to strain it, and it's just another pain. So that's just a little bit of help there. And it looks as though there's a touch of darkness in this potato. Hopefully it's going to be okay. You just have to love these potato peelers, don't you? For years I've been using a knife, and because it was nothing, I'd never known any different with my parents. I didn't even know that these things existed because I've never been shown. But they save so much time. Right, so that's all the potato peeling done. Just put that there for a second. Get any of the stragglers out the sink. I'll just put that to one side and I'll rinse the potatoes. We've got an old-fashioned potato slicer, and this actually we've been using it for over 50 years. This one, it's the original one we've had. So, yeah. Can you see that, folk? I don't know whether you can see that or not. I'm going to angle it down. You won't see my head. These are being placed straight into the deep fat fryer. The deep fat fryer isn't switched on at this point, but I'll tell you later when I switch it on. Right folks, that's the chips done. So in a minute I'm going to get on with the steaks and the mushroom and the onion, and we'll have a little chat. Okay folks, so the deep fat fry has now been put on. It will now be warming up for 5 minutes, and once that's on, then I can lower the chip pan in there and close the lid, and it will take approximately 10 minutes. We're now going to put the steaks on, because I've got this all timed right, and that's what it's all about. Steaks usually take 15 minutes if you want them well done. don't forget to use the hobs accordingly. So if you've got a small pan, put it on the small hob, not on the large one. And we always cook with lard. We're old-fashioned, not the healthy way, but that's how it is. So basically that's it. 15 minutes it should take. With the steaks, I always turn them over every 30 seconds to 1 minute, and that just gives me a nice tasty steak. And don't have any of this red business. We like it. We have to eat it well done. We can't take any chances with the diseases and how are around. So you'll never see me eating anything that's pink or red. It has to always be well done. And that's basically all there is to it, folks. You know, I sliced the onions up, as you can see. I think you can see that in. Yeah, and the mushrooms have gone in, and all it is a matter of just turning everything over every so often, and make sure your heat isn't too high. Right then, folks, I'm now going. I'm sorry, I'm kind of bent over. It's because I can't get this cooking away and me in it. Because this kitchen, believe it or not, the actual floor space here is only 4 feet by 3 feet. That's all we've got, because we've got a little table in here. The kitchen only measures 8 feet by 6.5, 7 feet. So it is a tiny kitchen. And 3 of us, believe it or not, eat in here, plus the dog, retriever. So I'll come back in a minute when it's all served on the plate, and you can see what Mum and Dad think to it. Thanks for watching. Look at that, folks, it's all cooking lovely. I have to say, folks, it's really smelling lovely. Yeah, but it's a pity you can't smell it. But just listen to that sizzling. Now, you should really have a look at the clock, and I forgot to look when I started. I'm assuming it was about 1/4 past, so about 10 minutes to go, I think. The chips are actually in a deep fat fryer. You can see that nicely bubbling away. We've got our timings right, everything should fall nicely. Okay, Mum, what do you think?
Yes, very nice.
Yeah,
now the chips are probably a fraction overdone for some.
I should say so.
But as I say, it's sort of problems all down to do with timing. But what do you think, Mum?
Very
Is it
nice.
looking good?
Very
So we
nice,
got
yeah.
you've got a fillet steak, you have, with chips, onion, and mushroom.
Yes.
No, fillet steak, that's mine.
That's yours. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad here, he's got rump steak,
Yes. and,
chips,
yeah.
mushrooms, onions.
Yeah. Very
Looking
nice.
very good,
Very
yeah.
nice, yeah.
And here's mine here.
Yeah.
I've got rump steak and sirloin steak, and some chips. So see what you think. I think it looks all alright, don't you think? Tastes alright, Mum?
Yeah.
Well,
Fine.
steak's good.
Is it? Lovely.
Tender.
Great. Okay then, we'll leave it at that then. Thanks a lot for watching, folks.